guys, I'm going to be fragging some zoanthids. Got a few there in the tank. I'm just going to frag and propagate and put them onto frag plugs. So I'm not an expert, I'm just a reef enthusiast, and I hope that you find this useful. Obviously I've got my safety goggles. They're just plain plastic clear goggles that you can get from your building depot or hardware store. Latex gloves or rubber gloves to protect your hands from any type of toxins that corals may secrete during cutting or sawing. You can get this from your pharmacy. And towel, just to keep everything dry in the process. I've got 2 bowls of water. One is plain salt water from the tank, and this one is also salt water from the tank. And I put about 10 drops of tincture of iodine into this bowl. So basically, once I cut or break off the zoanthids, I'm going to dip them in this. So this is my coral dip on this side, and then I'll rinse them off again in the salt water before putting them back in the tank. Tincture of iodine. I'm done with this, I'll put it away. I've got scissors, small cuticle or nail scissors. I've got forceps or tongs, tweezers, and I've got a medicine syringe, or some people would call this a turkey baster, I guess. And then lastly, I have a bag of frag plugs, and these are acrylic from e-shops. And then I've also got some frag tiles. These are literally ceramic tiles that I just bought in a pack of bigger tiles with like a mesh glued to it. So you just literally pull the mesh off it, and then the bottom side is coarse or rough, so you can glue coral frags onto it. And then what you can also do is, you could also, if you wanted to use a frag rack, you could glue a frag plug onto the tile and then glue your coral onto the tile as well. And I guess the benefit of using a tile such as this, which I may not even use right now, I'm just going to use these frag plugs because the zoanthids are so small. The benefit of using this is because of the surface, and it allows better growth of the coral. And lastly, I've got some reef glue from Seachem. And actually this is basically just super glue, so you can use any super glue which has cyanocrylate in it. And this is a gel, which is good because it allows better bonding. You get the super glue, which is more of a liquid, and it's very hard to work with, especially if you're going to be gluing rocks and like frag tiles and things like those. So the gel is obviously much better because it allows better bonding. Scrape them off a piece of rock, slowly but surely. Get the foot off. One little piece coming off here. Tough. These feet are strong, and they just stick on there, but it's that's how they do it. That's good. If you have a scalpel, it actually works very well too, to sort of scrape these off the rock and second piece. When you do the coral dip as well, you may even see die off from basically the iodine. I didn't mention in detail, but basically what the iodine, the coral dip does is it kills all bacteria and parasites, so that but in this case the reason for the iodine is to promote healing of it. Okay, so I've got basically 1, 2, 3, and that's 4, 5 little polyps there. I've got, this is what's left. It's all shrunken in now because they're not happy and stuff. But I'm actually gonna dip this. Oops. I'm actually gonna dip this one in the coral dip as well. And I'll just leave it there for a moment, and then I'm gonna just set these plugs up, right? And I'll put some glue onto them. As you can see, just center this part. Full of frag plugs. So yeah, as I mentioned, if you don't have frag plugs, you can just use ceramic tiles or take small pieces of rock from your tank or petrified coral or whichever. Just put a blob of glue on each one so that it can dry a bit. And I think I'll just smear this on top of the whole frag plug so that it gives it a little bit of texture to grow on as well. So basically you're just taking the polyp and sticking the food onto the glue. So I've left these in here for about 15 minutes. And they've been sitting in this coral dip with the iodine. I'm just going to give them a quick swirl here, and then they are set to go. And I'm just going to rinse them off in the salt water. Just make sure that you rinse them properly because you want to get as little as possible of the iodine into the tank itself. It's, from what I understand, the iodine is toxic, especially at higher levels, and it's not water soluble, so if you get it into the tank, it's gonna stay in there. Just give it a quick wash. It all seems stuck properly onto the frag plugs. As you can see, they're looking good. So these frags are all ready. I'm just gonna put them onto the frag rack on the side here. So I've got all 4 frags in there. I will try and give an update at a later stage to show you how they're doing, and then the original ones I put back down there where I got them. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you could get some good, useful information from it, and feel free to comment below. And if you have any questions about the equipment that I used, or any of it really, or even if you have some advice of better ways of doing it, please tell me, let me know.